Ladies and gentlemen, life is too precious to be spent on negativity. The company we keep shapes our mindset, influences our emotions, and even determines our success. That's why intelligent individuals recognize the importance of managing relationships wisely, especially when it comes to dealing with toxic people. The first step in handling toxic individuals is recognizing them. Toxicity comes in many forms: constant criticism, manipulation, jealousy, or an inability to respect boundaries. Smart individuals are keen observers of human behavior, and they trust their instincts when something doesn't feel right. They do not waste time making excuses for harmful behavior. Instead, they acknowledge it and take action. Once they recognize toxicity, they set firm boundaries. They do not allow others to overstep their emotional, mental, or physical limits. Whether it's a colleague, friend, or even a family member, they make it clear what is acceptable and what isn't. Setting boundaries isn't about being rude, it's about self-respect. Another powerful trait of intelligent people is emotional control. Toxic individuals thrive on reactions. They want to provoke anger, frustration, or guilt. But smart individuals understand that reacting emotionally only gives toxic people power. Instead, they remain calm and composed, refusing to engage in unnecessary arguments or drama. Beyond controlling their emotions, smart people are also selective about who they associate with. They understand that energy is contagious. Negative people drain, while positive individuals inspire. That's why they carefully build a circle of influence filled with encouragement, wisdom, and mutual respect. One of the most significant qualities of strong individuals is their deep sense of self-worth. They do not allow toxic people to define their value. Insults, passive-aggressive remarks, or attempts to belittle them have no impact because they are confident in who they are. They understand that their worth isn't dictated by someone else's insecurities. Finally, intelligent individuals know when it's time to walk away. Sometimes, no matter how much we try, certain relationships cannot be fixed. When a toxic person refuses to change or continues to drain their energy, smart people don't hesitate to remove themselves from the situation. They choose peace over prolonged suffering. Life is too short to be weighed down by negativity. Smart people prioritize their mental and emotional well-being, ensuring that they surround themselves with positivity, growth, and love. If you truly want to thrive, be mindful of who you allow into your space. Protect your peace, set your boundaries, and never be afraid to walk away from toxicity. Recognizing toxicity is one of the most crucial skills a person can develop in life. Smart individuals understand that not everyone they meet will have good intentions, and they make a conscious effort to observe the behaviors of those around them. Toxic people come in various forms. Some are openly negative and destructive, while others operate in more subtle ways, gradually draining the energy and confidence of those they interact with. To effectively deal with toxicity, one must first learn to identify it. Toxic individuals often exhibit patterns of manipulation, deceit, and emotional instability. They may constantly criticize others, making them feel inadequate or unworthy. This can be seen in personal relationships, workplaces, and even within families. Such people rarely offer constructive feedback. Instead, their criticism is designed to undermine and control. Smart individuals are highly aware of this tactic and do not allow themselves to be broken down by relentless negativity. Another common trait of toxic people is their ability to create unnecessary drama. They often exaggerate situations, twist facts, and spread rumors to gain attention or manipulate outcomes in their favor. They thrive on conflict, and their presence tends to bring chaos rather than peace. Wise individuals recognize this early on and avoid getting entangled in unnecessary disputes. They understand that engaging with such behavior only feeds the toxic person's need for control. Jealousy and envy are also key characteristics of toxic people. Instead of being happy for the success of others, they feel threatened and attempt to diminish accomplishments. They may downplay achievements, spread negativity, or try to plant doubts in someone's mind about their abilities. This behavior stems from insecurity, but intelligent individuals do not let it affect them. They recognize that another person's jealousy is a reflection of their internal struggles, not a measure of their own worth. A major red flag that smart individuals look out for is a consistent lack of accountability. Toxic people rarely take responsibility for their actions. Instead, they blame others for their mistakes, make excuses, and refuse to acknowledge when they have caused harm. This pattern of behavior is dangerous because it means they are unlikely to change or improve. People who refuse to admit their faults often repeat their mistakes, leaving a trail of hurt and disappointment. Observant individuals understand that engaging with such people is futile because they will never receive genuine apologies or change behavior. Toxic people often disguise their intentions through manipulation. They might use guilt to control others, making them feel responsible for their happiness or well-being. They may act like victims in every situation, constantly seeking sympathy while avoiding any real solutions. This emotional manipulation can be exhausting and can make people feel obligated to help, even when doing so is detrimental to their own mental health. Smart individuals are able to spot these tactics early and resist being pulled into a cycle of guilt and obligation. Another aspect of toxic behavior is a lack of genuine support. While healthy relationships are based on mutual encouragement and care, toxic individuals are often dismissive or unsupportive of others' dreams and goals. They may discourage ambition, mock ideas, or make passive-aggressive remarks to lower someone's confidence. Smart people recognize when someone is not truly in their corner, and they do not allow their aspirations to be dimmed by negativity. One of the more insidious forms of toxicity comes from those who present themselves as friends, but secretly harbor resentment. These individuals may pretend to be happy for others while subtly undermining them. They might use backhanded compliments, spread subtle negativity, or pretend to offer help while actually making things more difficult. This type of toxicity is harder to recognize because it is not always obvious. However, intelligent individuals pay close attention to patterns of behavior and trust their instincts when something feels off. Recognizing toxicity is not just about identifying specific behaviors, it is also about understanding how interactions with certain individuals make one feel. Smart people take note of how they feel after spending time with someone. Do they feel drained, anxious, or self-doubting? Or do they feel uplifted, inspired, and confident? The emotional impact of a relationship often speaks louder than words. If a person constantly leaves others feeling depleted and discouraged, it is a sign that their presence may be toxic. To recognizing toxicity in others, smart individuals also practice self-reflection to ensure they are not engaging in toxic behaviors themselves. They understand that everyone has the potential to be negative at times, but the key difference is self-awareness and a willingness to change. By being mindful of their own words and actions, they ensure that they contribute positively to their relationships rather than becoming a source of negativity themselves. In a world filled with different personalities, it is inevitable that people will encounter toxicity at some point in their lives. However, the ability to recognize it early can make all the difference. Intelligent individuals do not ignore red flags, nor do they make excuses for harmful behavior. Instead, they observe, analyze, and take necessary steps to protect their peace and well-being. They know that life is too short to be weighed down by negativity, and they choose to surround themselves with people who uplift, support, and inspire. Setting boundaries is a fundamental practice of emotionally intelligent individuals who understand the importance of protecting their mental and emotional well-being. Boundaries are not just about saying no to others. They are about defining what is acceptable and unacceptable in relationships, workplaces, and everyday interactions. People who set clear boundaries are not being selfish. Rather, they are demonstrating self-respect and ensuring that their energy is not depleted by toxicity. One of the first aspects of setting boundaries is recognizing personal limits. Every individual has different levels of emotional, mental, and physical tolerance, and it is essential to identify what makes them feel uncomfortable or overwhelmed. Some people might tolerate occasional negativity, while others find that even small doses of criticism or manipulation take a toll on their well-being. Smart individuals are in tune with their emotions and are aware of what drains them versus what energizes them. When they notice repeated patterns of discomfort in a relationship, they take it as a sign that a boundary needs to be established. Boundaries must be communicated clearly and assertively. Many people struggle with this because they fear upsetting others or being perceived as rude. However, intelligent individuals understand that boundaries are not about offending people. They are about ensuring mutual respect. When setting a boundary, they do not offer long explanations or justify their feelings. Instead, they are direct and confident, saying things like, "I am not comfortable discussing this topic," or "I prefer not to be spoken to in that tone." They recognize that their feelings are valid and do not need external approval. A crucial part of maintaining boundaries is enforcing them consistently. If a person repeatedly disrespects a boundary, allowing it to happen without consequence sends the message that it is negotiable. Smart individuals are firm in their decisions and do not waver when met with resistance. If someone continues to cross a line despite being warned, they take necessary action, whether that means reducing contact, limiting conversations, or completely distancing themselves from the toxic individual. They understand that boundaries are only effective when they are upheld with consistency. Toxic people often resist boundaries because they thrive on control and manipulation. When a smart individual begins to enforce limits, toxic individuals may react with anger, guilt-tripping, or passive-aggressive behavior. They may accuse the person of being too sensitive or try to make them feel guilty for standing up for themselves. However, emotionally intelligent people do not fall into this trap. They recognize that pushback is a common reaction from those who are used to overstepping limits. Instead of backing down, they remain steadfast, refusing to engage in unnecessary arguments or justifications. Another key element of setting boundaries is understanding that it is not their responsibility to fix or accommodate toxic individuals. Many people fall into the trap of believing that if they are more patient, understanding, or forgiving, a toxic person will eventually change. However, intelligent individuals know that true change comes from within and cannot be forced. They do not waste their energy trying to fix someone who repeatedly disrespects their limits. Instead, they prioritize their own well-being and choose to invest their time in relationships that bring positivity and mutual respect.